One of the things that annoys me more than anything, other than just existing I suppose, is people walking around with their eyes glued to their smartphones. Apparently, people just can't be separated from their phones for the length of time that it takes to walk from point A to point B. Their phones are so important to them that they simply must look like mindless zombies. In fact, this is such a problem that several studies have actually been conducted on this exact subject. The results are kind of what you'd expect. Walking around with a phone in your hand is bad. Who would have imagined? Now, to clarify before anyone says anything, I know that smartphones are an incredibly useful tool for navigation. I mean, heck, I use my phone for navigation sometimes too. It's very helpful when navigating an unfamiliar place, and it really takes the stress out of going places. I'm not talking about people who just look down at their phone quickly to check a map in this video. I'm talking about the kinds of people who scroll through social media on their morning stroll. Of course, all of this is the natural conclusion of chronic smartphone addiction. These devices are so maliciously addictive that people just can't put them down, even when their personal health and safety depends on it. They just simply must have their fix of likes and comments so badly that they'll risk their safety to get it. I'd like to accuse these people of being weak-willed, but frankly, people don't just put their safety at risk while using their phone on a walk because they're weak-willed. It's only an addiction that can do that. These devices are very literally electronic drugs. Much like drugs, irresponsible smartphone use can have major consequences. If you're looking at your phone while you should be looking at the world around you, then there's every chance you could trip and injure yourself, or even get hit by a car if you use your phone while crossing the road. Incidentally, people using their phones while crossing the road is such an epidemic that many cities in the Netherlands have had to add traffic lights to the floor because apparently people can't even so much as look up from their phones to cross the road. There's also now smartphone slow lanes in Manchester due to how slow smartphone users walk. This is what living inside the Matrix looks like, folks. Frankly, I have to imagine that constantly looking down at your phone while walking is probably bad for your posture as well. The human neck is not designed to be at the angle that it needs to be in order to use a smartphone. Using your smartphone while you're out walking has major mental health consequences as well. If you're glued to your phone, that means that you're not appreciating the world around you. Seeing the beauty of the world is necessary for a functioning and healthy mind. Even if the world around you is mundane, or frankly a bit crap if you live in a city, not looking up from your phone to take everything in will still make you an incredibly unhappy person incredibly quickly. Seriously, put your phone down and give yourself some time to breathe while you walk. You'll feel the mental health benefits immediately. It's also worth mentioning that using your phone while you're walking around is extremely annoying to the people around you. When you're in a smartphone zombified state, you're obviously not watching where you're going. Consequently, it is very likely that you will walk into people. I can't begin to tell you the amount of times that someone has walked right into me as a result of their being on their phone. Frankly, even being stuck behind someone who's using their smartphone is extremely annoying due to just how slowly people walk when they're using their phones. Finally, it does have to be said that using a smartphone while you're walking around does make you look kind of dumb. I know that I said that you can't judge people for being glued to their phones due to how addictive they are, but frankly, I still subconsciously do whether I want to or not. Nothing is more indicative of a short attention span and chronic smartphone addiction than using a smartphone while you're on a walk. So, if you want to stop looking dumb and protect your health, safety and mental health, stop using your smartphone when you're on a walk. Trust me, whatever you're doing on that phone of yours can wait until you get to wherever it is that you're going. Or, if you really want to use your phone while getting from point A to point B, at least take a bus or something. At least then you can use your pocket addiction without risk of physical injury. Let's be honest though, Most of the time, you don't need to carry a smartphone at all. I mean, what do you really need your phone for that can't wait until you get home? The only reason you would ever need a smartphone in your pocket is for navigation purposes. Trust me, get a dumb phone and use that whenever you know exactly where you're going. Trust me, you'll be much happier as a result. Or at the very, very least, you should turn on the Do Not Disturb mode on your smartphone when you're out of the house. So, in conclusion, smartphones are bad, and I just went into way too much detail about a very specific issue that probably only annoys me and nobody else. But hey, sometimes complaining is fun.